Tonight we gather to celebrate 80 years of Yeshiva schools, so many memories of growing up in Yeshiva. In 1976, just a few blocks from here, at the William Penn Hotel, I sang in the Yeshiva Boys Choir. The song tells the story of two youngsters who were lost. Students, youngsters are sometimes lost spiritually, academically, socially, and emotionally. And to our beloved mechanchim and mechanchois and teachers that are here tonight and those who are not here tonight, you are those candles. You are the source of light which provides direction and guidance and stability and purpose. Around 15 years ago, one Friday night at Lubavitch Center, one cold Friday night, Rabbi Meir Goldwasser was davening, as only Rabbi Goldwasser knows how to daven. And a young student walked over to him to say Good Shabbos. But he was engrossed in saying the Shemona Esrei, and he didn't even realize that the boy had approached him. After he finished, someone came over to Rabbi Goldwasser and said, Chaim, who lives around 5 blocks away, came to say Good Shabbos to you. Rabbi Goldwasser put on his coat. He walked the 5 blocks to say Good Shabbos to that young boy. That Talmud told me many, many years after that, when he goes through a difficult time, he feels the warmth of that handshake on that Friday night. So in essence, what a teacher shares and needs to share with the students goes something like this. I care deeply about you. You are imbued with the ability to be successful. And you can and you must grow one step at a time. You were created by Hashem, not just to worry about your own needs, but rather to contribute and to make a difference in this world in your own unique way. That message was communicated to me time and again in my upbringing at yeshiva schools. I remember in 1975, there was a public school strike. Over 100 students joined the ranks of yeshiva and enrolled in the school. I remember Mrs. Kenny Darren Allah Shalom, Mr. Emil Herman Allah Shalom sat down with the 3 of us that comprised of the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade at that time. And they told us that for 120 kids, there just aren't enough teachers. So although we were 10 or 11, it would be necessary for us to get involved in teaching and being a role model for these public school kids. Just to note, 2 weeks ago, I received a voice note from an individual named Paul Morris who joined our class for 6 months in 1975. He met Rabbi and Mrs. Itkin's son-in-law in California, and he said, hey, do you know Yossi Rosenblum? I guess he's called Rabbi Yossi now. I got to say thank you to him because he taught me how to read. 10 years old, because they told me that's what I was supposed to do. That message was taught to me by Rabbi Posner, Olav Shalom, by Rabbi Kahas Weiss, by Rabbi Yisrael Altein, by Mrs. Darren Allah Shalom, by Mrs. Nadaf Allah Shalom, by Rabbi Ruddle, by my parents, by all the giants who founded this yeshiva.